issue here is that, you see my sign, liquid nutrition, they want me to put an E after the liquid. Get the sign to be in French. My issue with that is that liquide nutrition, although it can be said, is not proper French. So it should be nutrition liquide. My problem really is that they're accepting something which is not proper French, and if you look under the Loi 101, improper French spelling can be fined. Future shop, what are they going to do? Shop de la future? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. My name is Jonathan Taylor. I've been here since 2011, October 3rd. So that's been a year and a half now. And I am a franchisee. I have 5 locations in Montreal. What we do is we are a functional beverage shop. We do smoothies, but we don't call them smoothies here. We do drinks for pre-workout, post-workout, diet, detox, hangover, coming down with a cold. All of our stuff, most of all of our stuff comes from Canada. A lot of our products in bottles like these, all the bottles like these come from Quebec. And what we do is fresh fruits, fresh vegetables in drinks. So what happened to us was that the language police came in. They did a tour of the entire store, and they couldn't find anything that was a problem other than our brand name, which is Liquid Nutrition. It's a registered trademark in Canada, in North America, actually the world now, because we're also opening up in the United Arab Emirates. We've got locations across Canada. We've got a location in the Bahamas. To change the trademark would decrease the value of the brand, and we wouldn't be the same company anymore. It's very damaging to us as a business. So we've received a notice. I have not received a fine as of yet, but I've been told by one of my friends who runs a shop close to here, he's received a $500 fine. I'm sort of assuming that it would cost about the same. In order to change all of my signs, it would cost upwards of $10,000. I have 5 stores in Montreal. I've heard of the language police for a long time now, and I think it's an improper spending of my tax dollars as a merchant and as just Joe Blow who lives in Montreal. I don't think, our streets need repairs, our water lines need repairs, the electricity needs repairs. I think our infrastructure could use more of the money than someone walking around correcting grammar, and poorly at that. The language police, I think, is a little bit intense. Again, an example that my stepmother shared with me was that she's Polish, and the entire language and the entire country was basically had disappeared. The language was illegal to speak in the streets. You'd get arrested if it was spoken. And 150 years, they weren't allowed to speak. And all of a sudden, now in 2013, not all of a sudden, but Poland is still there. The Polish language is still there. And I think if history has anything to teach us, is that when you force something on people, it's never a good outcome. I definitely do. It's happening here right now. I have a couple of other friends who are merchants in downtown Montreal. We've all received notice that certain things are wrong, or a person walked into the store, found the menu that was in French, and one of the inserts happened to have been misplaced, and it was in English, so he got a $50 fine for improper menu insert. I think it's a shame, really. So we've received about 12 different notifications for all of the 5 stores that I have, asking us to modify our logo, to get in touch with the OQLF within 90 days of reception of the notice. We've contacted the OQLF. We sent them initially, prior to having spoken with our head office, a design that would do an E at the end of liquid, and head office, of course, didn't want us to do that because it would be changing the trademark name. and that would be a whole different. It would be a whole different company at that point. So, and the OQLF had agreed to the E after the liquid, although it's not proper French from my understanding. It could be a saying liquide nutrition, but it's not the way to say nutrition liquide in French. So yeah, we've since sent them back a couple of different notes, which we haven't had any responses to. So in total, I'll need to change my signage. It'll cost me upwards of $10,000. We're an owner-operated business. You'll always find one of the three of us owners behind one of our counters in one of our 5 locations. We don't have the funds to drop $10,000 one shot like that to change any signage. Seeing as we've been here for 8 years, I mean, if they really want me to change my signage, I think that the entire thing should be credited by them if they're taking such heart to it, and especially seeing as we've been here for 8 years with no notice prior to 2012. Bonjour, Madame Marois. What I would like to let you know is that I think that you can spend our money in a different fashion. All the money that we've lost to the corruption in the government in the past, instead of spending more of that money on, grammar fallacies, I think that you can definitely give us credit instead of paying money to the language police. Give us back stuff that we've lost. We work extremely hard. I myself work at least 70 hours a week in my stores, and then I do the accounting at home, which is another many hours. If I could work less because I didn't have to pay so much taxes for me to be harassed by what I'm paying for, I would really appreciate that.